Alright, hello YouTube. Welcome to the VOD. So, today, I am going to be not only ranking, but also rebalancing every single TF2 weapon, excluding unlockables, or not unlockables, reskins, because it's the same weapon as what it's based off of. So things like the Black Rose, the Wonga Prick, the original, the Saxy, they're just excluded because they don't matter. Here's the tier list I have. It is every single weapon in the game, including unlockables. And just as a quick note, all stock items will be last. They'll be last just because they have nothing going for them. But let's go ahead and start it up. Starting with the airstrike. I'm going to do my best to be unbiased with this. So not only unbiased, but I'm going to be looking at it from a battlefield standpoint. So how good is it in the field to a neutral player? Like someone who just picked up the game, how good is it? And I would say airstrike sucks. It's a good weapon for MVM, mainly if you were on wave 666 on Ghost Town, but it's the proper way to use the airstrike is because you're bombing people, right? You're gonna be in the sky launching your rockets at super fast paces, right? But the way to properly use it is, you know, shoot 2, 3, 4 rockets, reload it, and continue doing it, not shoot all 8, reload, and then die. The wee booties for demo night, I would say, because the way I see it, the booties replace, is that the primary for demo man? Yeah, they replace a primary. So it's okay for hybrid night, but I'm gonna put them in neutral, as they're just alright. I mean, they give, I think, the splendid screen. They act like the splendid screen, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong with that, but that's how they act, I'm pretty sure. The ambassador for spy. Look, I'm a pyro main, shocker, but I have to be unbiased. So, it's a good weapon. The ambassador is a good weapon. The fact that it makes spy able to land headshots when sniper is the only one that can do that, that's really powerful. On top of spy already being powerful with his backstabs. You feel me? But something, if I feel like, look, I didn't play before Jungle Inferno. I just got my PC last year, 2 years ago. So I didn't play before Jungle Inferno. But from what I've heard from everyone is that it was better before Jungle Inferno, as were most weapons. Again, I'm saving the rebalance for afterwards, but I have some stuff to say about it. Okay, the amputator. I mean, the AoE healing is good. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. I would say, because here's the thing. Every person who installs this game, even if they're brand new, they're gonna flock to the Ubersaw, because everyone knows the Ubersaw is just goated like that. Where is the Ubersaw, actually? Hold on. I'm just gonna get this out of the way, if I can find it. Hold on. There's so many weapons. Sometimes I forget how many weapons this damn game has. I'm trying to find it. Chat, I might be blind. It might be like right in front of me and I'm just not seeing it. come on. There's the quick fix. Quick fix is goated. I love the quick fix. I don't use it, but there we go. Uber Saw. Okay. Uber Saw is just straight excellent. There's no doubt about it. Okay, yeah, slower swing speed, but 25 free Uber for simply hitting somebody with your melee. It's a risk versus reward, but more times than not, it's more of a reward than a risk. And like I said, the Amputator, the Vita Saw just sucks, but the Solemn Vow, all of those weapons get outshined by the Uber Saw. So, I'm gonna say that, honestly, Amputator sucks. It's just not a good weapon. Would I consider rebalancing it, or not rebalancing it, reworking it? I could see that, but I personally, I wouldn't rework it. I would just rebalance it, which we'll get into later. The Atomizer. I don't play much Scout. He's my least played class. But having a third jump is really useful for his mobility, despite already being the most mobile class in the entire game, just by base standards. Now, obviously, once you would take in blast jumping with Demo Man and Soldier, they become the most mobile. But just off the bat, Scout is the best. But then, throw in the Atomizer for a third jump, and it's pretty good. I mean, the Atomizer is really good. Despite just giving a third boost with, like, a downside or two. I don't remember what all the downsides are for it, but continuing on. The Extinguisher. Now, as a Pyro main, believe it or not, I don't use the Extinguisher. I use the Power Jack. Power Jack solos every other melee, including Extinguisher. You can fight me on that. I'm not changing my opinion. It's good for creating burning enemies, but the problem with that, if you're that close to an enemy already, you're better off keeping your flamethrower out and melting them. So, don't get me wrong, it's good, but it's not like S tier. The Babyface's Blaster. Now, my thing with the BFB is it makes Scout hella overpowered. If you can get a full meter, you become essentially a god with this thing. I have seen Scouts zip around the entire map with this thing and not die once. So, it's good. But, oh my god, does it need a rework, in my opinion. The Backburner. I'm sorry. It sucks. The Backburner just sucks. It does. The Backburner is trash. Not only due to TF2's broken hitboxes detecting the back, but the increased air blast cost for simply smacking on a little dino face on the front of your flamethrower. 50% extra air blast cost is way too goddamn high. Way too high. It is just horrendous. The backscatter, however, pretty damn good. Don't get me wrong. The backscatter and backburner, they're essentially the same thing for different classes. But at least for the Scout, it works better. Because, okay, here's the thing. The backscatter and backburner both promote flanking maneuvers. Scout is already a flanker. Pyro, despite being an offensive class, tends to flank a lot. So, my thing with that, the reason the backscatter is better than the backburner the backscatter does its job better. Sure, you're not dealing crits, you're dealing mini crits, but all it takes is 2-tapping a heavy with that. Whereas with the backburner, you gotta sit there, hope to God you're not noticed for the first 2 seconds that you're burning him, and just hope that they'll let you do it, which is never the case. The back scratcher, however, is good. It's not excellent, but it's good. In medieval mode. It is only good in medieval mode. Outside of that, you're better off using either the extinguisher or the power jack. But, I mean, don't get me wrong, an extra, 20% health from health kits? That's really good, especially if you have a Candy Cane Scout on your team. But, again, medieval mode, you're better off running anything else if you're not playing DeGroot Keep. The base jumper. From what I've heard, it was goated before Jungle Inferno. Now it's shit. Neutral. It's good for Soldier if you're using the Airstrike and MVM. I've never seen a demo man use it outside of shits and giggles, so it's bad in that it's bad for demo man, mid for Soldier. It is the way I see it. I don't have much to say about it. It's a parachute. The battalion's backup, I think that's what that is. If I'm not wrong, the battalion's backup gives you a defensive boost. I think. Yeah, the battalion's backup gives a defensive boost. Oh, I don't remember what the other one is. I know we have the battalion's backup, we have the conch, and we have... Oh god, what is it? Hold on, I need to look this up real quick. The buff banner, the conch, and the... Okay, yeah, the buff banner, okay. Well, shit, okay. So, battalion's backup, buff banner, conch. So, battalion's backup with a defensive boost, it's excellent. If you're considering most soldiers are roamers per se, they go out on their own. If you can get a good soldier who sticks with the team and pops this banner when needed, you can do a good goddamn push with this thing. Like, it is absolutely goated. Unlike the Beggar's Bazooka, this is controversial. I think the Beggar's Bazooka is terrible. Outside of MVM, the Beggar's Bazooka is absolute dog shit. The spread sucks, which, yeah, that's the point of it. The reload sucks, which, again, that's the point of it. The only good thing that comes out of the Beggars is the ability to, in a sense, indefinitely rocket jump. That's the only thing I can think of for it. The big earner, I'm stuck between either neutral or sucks. I'm going to put it in neutral because it's good for chain stabs. The speed boost is nice, but if I'm not wrong, it lowers your health by like 25, I think, which that just sucks for Spy, as he's already a squishy class. Especially when we get to the kunai. Oh my god, I have things to say about this. However, the black box. Excellent. It's good, and I'm just going to get this out of the way right now. Black box conch, if used correctly, is a cancerous combo. Oh my god, it is cancerous to fight against. Using it, good. But having the two together, oh my god, and fighting against it, wow. However, one less rocket size for extra health upon hitting an enemy, That's really good. It's powerful. It's a survivability thing rather than a damage dealer. The conch, same thing. It's survivability. The perk that it gives is good. The way I see it, once the banner of the conch is popped, it's more so like an AoE Mad Milk for Soldier. It's Soldier's Mad Milk, essentially. But it's only active once you pop it. Because it helps the team as well. It helps the people who are in your radius, I think. I'm pretty sure that the conch, when popped, if your team is within the radius of you and they hit an enemy, they get heals. I'm pretty sure that's how it is. And the Blutsauger sucks. The Australian Blutsauger sucks. It's the cheapest on the market. It on its own is trash. Yes, health back on hit is good, but the fact that it lowers your self-healing is terrible. And you are playing medic, you are playing a support class, not a damage dealing class. I don't understand battle medics. Battle medics are the stupidest thing ever. Gotta save these two. The Bonk Atomic Punch. Dog shit. It's good to use if you're trying to get around a sentry nest to flank it or whatever, but all of that damage is going to be applied as a slowness effect once you're done. And you go from the fastest class in the game to slower than a heavy within the matter of 2 seconds. And it's especially worse when you get a pyro that hits you and all that afterburn stacks with the damage with the slowness. It's horrible. It's terrible. The Boston Basher also sucks. It's good. It's good for playing not only Penis Scout, but Enhanced Flava. That's good. But if you're using the Boston Basher and you're trying to do the Enhanced Flava tactic, just use the Rap Assassin. I use it myself. Well, okay. The 3-Runes Blade and Boston Basher are the same weapon, but this goes for both of them. If you were that close as a scout, this goes for any class, except for Demo Knight. If you are that close to an enemy that you need to whip out your melee to start hitting them, you would be better off switching back to your primary and or secondary. Because the melee is the oh shit last resort, right? It's not the let me run up to this enemy, hit him a couple times, and hope to God I kill him. It's fucking terrible. The Brass Beast, good. Brass Beast is good. Some say it's overpowered. I think it's fine. The defense damage, or the defense bonus upon revving up is good. In turn, you're slower. And I think it also has slower spin-up speed. So, this is a good weapon. It's a risk versus reward. I like it. Buffalo Steak, dog shit. Used to be good. Then it got nerfed with, I think, Jungle Inferno as well. You could go back with the Warrior Spirit when that was a good weapon, quote unquote. And the Steak, when you combined those two way before, and you were able to run faster than a scout as a heavy, it was goated. Then it got nerfed, and nerfed, and nerfed, and it's horrible. Buff Banner. Goated. Buff Banner's goated. The fact that you're able to give your entire team mini crits, including yourself, for, 8 seconds? That's really good if you can utilize that. Here's the way I see it. The optimal way to use a banner, no matter the situation, you and 2 to 3 other teammates with you. You turn a corner, you pop your banner, slaughter. With the battalions, that defense boost, you can use it to take out a sentry nest. The conch, you can use it if you're taking out a large group of enemies or some heavies, whatever. The battalions, the buff banner, that's just good overall. And it's just goated. Bushwhacker, on its own, sucks. When it pairs with Girardi, it's excellent because that's a free crit. But I'm going to put it in neutral because it relies on another unlockable. But on its own, kind of mid. Candy Cane, dog shit. Again, pairs well if you have a back scratcher pyro on your team. But other than that, it's terrible because 25, it's either 20 or 25% more vulnerable to explosions. That means you can get one shot by a demo and soldier, more than you already do. It sucks. It's terrible. It's the worst. Capper. I consider the Capper as a reskin of stock, so I'm gonna save that till the end. The Charge and Targe sucks. It's good because it gives you crits, it gives you resistances. The biggest thing holding it back is the turn speed. Now I know that can be somewhat negated / fixed if you have like the booties on as well, or the peg leg, but again, it requires another unlockable to be good. I guess same goes with, I guess the shields as a whole suck on their own because they don't do anything, but that's kind of the point. Anyways, the Claymore, neutral. 0.5 extra seconds of charge time is good if you're trying to trimp, but again, damage vulnerability. Why would you want to willingly give yourself a damage vulnerability? Now, you can ask that for Pyro as well with the Power Jack, but the difference is, most Pyros aren't whipping that out in the middle of a battle. They're doing it to get to the front lines. The original. I'm gonna say the original is also neutral. The Gib is funny. It kind of sucks as a weapon. Other than the fact that you can full charge while not zoomed in, but then you move at a snail's pace. Cleaner's Carbine, dog shit. Sucks. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure the Cleaner's Carbine has the Crikey meter, but that's just not, there's just no point in using it unless you're tank busting an MVM. Cloak and Dagger, good. Cloak and Dagger's good. I use it mainly because I suck at Spy. I'm a Pyro main, what would you expect? But it's funny to give the enemy team paranoia, to be able to sit in a corner indefinitely and just spam voice commands, but other than that, it's just an overall solid weapon. And yeah, you can't recharge it by using ammo packs while invisible, but you don't need to. Oh god, the Kunai. Kunai's neutral. Kunai's neutral. Here's the thing with it, okay? The Kunai can either be really good or really bad, depending on the lobby, not the Spy. It can be really good if you're in a lobby full of players who don't know what they're doing, who don't know how to spy check, who don't know any of that. But it's really bad in a lobby against players that know what they're doing. So it's neutral. Cow Mangler sucks. Cow Mangler sucks. It's banned in comp because it's just that bad. Don't get me wrong. The fact that a charged shot can disable a sentry for 5 seconds, okay, I can see that. But you know what else can do that? A Spy. And the infinite ammo is never a problem, because there's ammo packs everywhere, so it's just not a thing. Cozy Camper. I'm gonna say, me personally, Cozy Camper is dog shit. it gives healing, which I guess is good, and I'm pretty sure it negates flinch, but that's just dumb, because if you're scoped in downrange, why would you need that health regen? Because there's a high chance you die anyways to one shot. Criticola sucks. The premise of it is good, that you deal mini crits. It's either mini crits or full crits. It's one of the two, while being marked for death yourself. Good premises, good on paper, bad execution. That's my opinion on it. Crossbow, excellent. That's just how it is. Everyone knows the crossbow's goated. Long range healing is really good, but me personally, this is the only spoiler I'm going to give as of right now. Decrease the damage for this thing. To rework it, decrease the damage. The Locust Bar, bad. The Locust Bar sucks. 50 extra health is good, I guess, but 50 extra health isn't doing you much as a heavy, because you have better chances of having a pocket medic up your ass. So, that's just that. Darwin's Danger Shield sucks. It's terrible. I hate it. This is a completely unbiased standpoint. It's trash. It sucks. The fact that you are able to completely negate an entire class is shitty. You, as a sniper, hardly ever encounter pyros to begin with, unless they're spamming flare guns at you. But even then, all you have to do is move. You should not, as a sniper, be able to negate an entire class. And I'll get back to that when we talk about the Razorback, because I got some stuff on that too. Deadringer. Neutral. It pairs with the kunai the same way. Good against a good lobby, or good against a bad lobby, bad against a good lobby. Apologies for that. Because, again, same with the kunai. If you go up against a noob who just installed the game, and they pop your feigned death, they're gonna think, oh, yay, I killed the spy. And then 2 seconds later, you pop back up and you kill him. They're not gonna know what the hell's going on. A good player will know when a spy popped a Deadringer. They'll know. So, it's situational. But it's not going up here. Same with the kunai. Degreaser. It's good for combo pyros. I'm not a combo pyro. I use stock. Sometimes flog. Hate me all you want. But I think the degreaser is okay. Detonator. It's good for mobility, but I don't really fuck with it, because, okay, technically speaking, again, neutral standpoint, it's good, the premises is good, okay, the fact that you can blast jump with it as a pyro, right, the fact that you can blast jump with it, but also, you know, detonate your shots from a distance and ignite enemies is good, and it's spammy, which sucks. So I'm moving it up. Diamondback. What do I need to say about it? It's overpowered as hell. It rewards you as a spy for doing your job, which I think is shitty. Oh, sorry, got some coffee in me. It rewards you for doing your job, which I think is terrible. But the opinions come last, facts come first. Direct hit. Most people would put the direct hit in excellent. I'm putting it in good. My reason for that is because faster projectile speed, higher damage. That's good, and it can one-tap scouts. But most people play soldier for splash damage, right? Rocket launchers are for splash. they're not really for directs, right? Now, if you have a single heavy or enemy that you're fighting out and about away from the group, then okay, yeah, direct hit's good. But in general, you're better off using a normal rocket launcher. The whip, the disciplinary action, is goated. It's excellent. Lower damage, but longer range, and the fact that you get to boost your teammates to help you get to the battlefield faster, great. It's really good. Dragon's Fury sucks. It's terrible. And again, not because I'm a WM1, but it's because the stats of it suck. The pressurization tank is terrible. It rewards you for, hitting your shots, but it punishes you for air blasting. That's one of Pyro's whole gimmicks, is air blasting. Why punish for that? The Enforcer, like I've heard, pre-Jungle Inferno, good. Post, dog shit. Me personally, I'm neutral with it. Again, battlefield standpoint. Being able to penetrate resistances like the Vaccinator, good. Really good. But the problem with that is, why? Okay, yeah, you can penetrate resistances, but you know what else can do that? Backstabbing! So, I think it's useless. Stock Inviswatch. Can't rank it just yet, sorry. Oh god, the Equalizer and Escape Plan. Equalizer... okay. Both pickaxes are going in situational. Because the Escape Plan, I really like. I love the Escape Plan. Low health, it lets you escape. It's good. Lower your health, faster you run. You can run up to a scout's speed, or almost a scout's speed as a soldier. One of the slowest classes in the game. That's good. The Equalizer, lower your health, the higher the melee damage. It's fun to... For those of you who don't know, these two used to be the same weapon before Jungle Inferno, I think. Afterwards, they split it because it was just too powerful. But I personally think that they're both really good. But again, battlefield standpoint, they're also both really good. But they're not excellent, as you have to be low health to get their advantages. Eureka Effect. Good. Eureka Effect is good. It's really helpful for ninjaneering. It's good in general. The fact that you can teleport back to spawn without having to die or run all the way back or take a teleporter, that's really good. And here's the thing, if you get to a really good spot, all you have to do is pop down an exit, return back to spawn, re-get your medal, leave spawn, put down an entrance, and now your entire team has access to that spot. Sure, you get less metal from ammo kits, but I think that's personally fair. It sucks, but it's fair. Eviction Notice trash. Eviction Notice sucks. Faster swing speed, I'm pretty sure it has a damage vulnerability, but you also deal less damage. It's just not good. You have no reason to use that. Eyelander, situational. Again, it relies on an unlock to be good, but on its own, it's pretty damn good, right? Even without the shield, if you're one of the crazy bitches that uses the swords outside of the Havzatoichi without a shield, then it can be good, right? If you get enough melee kills and you get, 5 heads for max stats, right? Like, that's good. That's really good. But you're not going to get use of it much outside of having a shield. So it depends on something to be good. But on its own, it's situational. Family Business, it's just a worse stock shotgun. I really have nothing else to say on it. The Fan of War, also neutral. Okay, you can mark enemies for death, which, good, I guess, right? But here's the thing. With every other melee weapon in the game except for Spy, if you're that close to somebody, you're better off using your primary or secondary. Unless, again, it's a melee and you use it as intended of, oh shit, I'm about to die, let me give this a shot, right? But the Fan of War, I'm actually going to bump it up a tier, because the way I see it on the battlefield, if you run in as a scout and you're able to hit a heavy, right, with the Fan of War, and you die, and your team comes in behind you, that heavy is now marked for death, and he dies faster. So I see that as a good thing. Fists of Steel, they're okay. They're neutral. Yes, you get bullet resistance, period, but you also take more damage from melees. I mean, it's okay, I guess. I mean, it's hard to rank the Fists of Steel because they're just bad. But I don't know. When it comes to reworking them, I'll get to that. Stock Flamethrower, can't use yet. Frontier Justice, it's situational. It's really good for battle NG. You know, equip the Gunslinger, pop down a mini sentry, get 2-3 kills, break it. You now have 3 stored crits, and you have minus 33% clip size, so, or like minus 66. So instead of 6 shots, you only have 3, which, yeah, that sucks. But for dealing crits, just for letting your sentry do its job, that's pretty damn strong. Onto the Gas Passer. Again, look, as a Pyro main, I love the Gas Passer. I love it in MVM, hate me all you want, but it's just not good. It's just not good. It doesn't charge fast enough, and okay, with one of the recent updates that it counts enemies as being wet now, that's good and all, but there's just no point to it. The Grooves, Gloves of Running Urgently. Correct me if I'm wrong, they give a damage vulnerability. No, they don't, but they drain your health while equipped. I can see that being good and bad, because if you're running into battle, well, because here's the thing, heavies use it to get to the front lines. That's why it's banned in competitive. But another thing about it is that it just helps, but the health draining kind of sucks with it, so neutral. Gunboats, automatically an excellent. You're able to reduce your damage from blast jumping or rocket jumping. Why would you not want that? Sure, you swap out the ability to have either a banner or a shotgun, but 98% of soldiers rocket jump anyways into battle. So it's just better. Gunslinger, situational. Gives you 25% more health. It lets you pop down a mini sentry instead of a regular sentry. Good for battle NG, but other than that, the only thing else it has for it is a funny taunt kill. But that's it. Half Satoichi. Oh my god. Most weapons are going to be situational, I'm going to just let you know that. Half Zatoichi can either be really good or mid. It's really good on Demo Knight, sucks on Soldier. I think it has a two neat abilities where it's Oathbound unless you kill somebody, if you sheath it and unsheath it, you take 50 damage. I think that's neat, but it helps build Uber, which kind of shit, honestly. But the other ability it has is if 2 players are wielding the Zatoichi on both sides, you deal like 300 damage or something to the person wielding it, or like you deal a crazy amount, so you pretty much insta-kill. And I think that's good, until you realize more often than not you are going to be the one getting killed because of server latency, and it sucks. It's horrible, but good weapon on Demo Man. Hitman's Heatmaker sucks. Heatmaker sucks. It's just bad. Sure, you get to build focus with it. That's cool, I guess. But there's no point to it, because you would just be better off using either stock or a different weapon. It's just not good. Holiday Punch, terrible. You deal crits from behind, but they don't deal damage, and it forces your enemy to laugh. I can see it being useful in versus Saxton Hale, but again, it's Source Engine. Back hitboxes are terrible. They suck. So it's not really that useful. Homewrecker. It's mid. Homewrecker's mid. I can see where Valve was coming from with it. You know, Pybro, you're able to help out your engineer more than just spy checking, but the Pyro should not be able to remove sappers faster than the engineer. The 100% extra damage against buildings is good, I guess, if you get Ubered and you run into a sentry nest, but you would be better off just letting your team handle the sentry and you handling the people. So mid weapon. Hot Hand, terrible. Nothing else to say about it. Bad weapon. Huntsman sucks. It sucks. It's funny with its hitboxes, but other than a cool taunt kill, you just have no use for it, really. The Hulong Heater, I'm also going to say sucks. The Ring of Fire is cool, but the fact that it eats up ammo for the Ring of Fire is bad, and I know it's for spy checking, but it gets power crept once you realize the spy can jump over the fire, so it just gets nullified. So it's just bad. We now have an entire row of stock weapons. That's the Quackenbert, which is a reskin of Stockwatch, so not using it. The Jag sucks. Jag is terrible. People glaze it, and I don't see why. Okay, cool, faster swing speed, faster repair speed, faster build speed, but that's just not useful if you play correctly. The Jag is for engineers who don't know what they're doing. It's for those who don't know. Because a good engineer will use something like stock, or the Eureka effect, or whatever, because it's better. Being an engineer requires good positioning, not bad positioning and a good wrench. Girardi. It's good. I rank it higher than the Bushwacka because, unlike the Bushwacka, the Girardi doesn't rely on something else to be good. Oh shit. Oh my god, I actually have a viewer watching. Holy shit. Tasuki the Dwagon. I apologize if I butchered your name. Welcome to the stream. I am currently ranking every weapon, and then once they're all ranked, I'm going to attempt to rebalance them. This was an idea I got from Zesty Jesus. You did butcher it. The T at the start is silent. Oh, so it's Suki the Dwagon? Is that it? Either way. Okay. Well, that's good to know. Thank you. But as I was saying, I got this idea from Zesty Jesus because I was watching his VOD last night of him watching the what? Once again, butcher weapons by trying to rebalance them. So I'm doing it myself in hopes that one day they might see this. But I've not gotten to Demo Knight yet. I've gotten to a few weapons, such as the Eyelander, the Claymore, the Charge and Targe, but not Demo Knight as a whole yet. Oh yeah, and the booties, I guess. But I'm just kind of going off the list, and what I'm doing is I'm trying my best to be unbiased, and more so rather look at the weapons for their utility on the battlefield, not how players use them. And I save all reskins / stock weapons for last because they're just overall good, depending on the class. And I was leaving off at Girardi. Unlike the Bushwhacker, it doesn't rely on another weapon to be good. Dealing mini crits to people just overall is good. If you can throw it on a payload cart and then sneak back in and help your teammate out, then that's good. I will say I'd probably move the Zatoichi up one. It's already like close to a best in slot option for Demo Knight aside from the Eyelander. Here's why I had the Zatoichi at situational / good. Because of Soldier. There is no reason to give it to Soldier. The reason that I say that is because here's my opinion on Melee as a whole, except if you're playing Spy. You have no reason to be that close to somebody unless you are within pissing distance of these people. You have no other reason to be that close because it's on 2 classes. But yeah, Soldier doesn't have a reason to have it. If you're already that close to somebody as a Soldier, unless you're using either the Equalizer or the Escape plan, you have no reason to whip out your Melee. Also, Soldier just doesn't get any benefit from running it because the lack of random crits doesn't work. Yeah, exactly. That's another reason I placed it there. It's only good for Demo Knight, but because a second class has it, there's no reason. Also, the deploy speed also just hurts Soldier. Exactly. And again, I praised it for the Oathbound attribute along with the insta-kill mechanic if somebody else has it. But it's just not good. And like I said with the Zatoichi, if you're a Demo Knight and an enemy Demo Knight has it, 9 times out of 10, you're the one getting killed due to server latency. That's not a problem with the weapon, it's a problem with the server. But the fact that the weapon pretty much relies on your ping to be good, it's a high risk, sort of low reward, unless you're running Demo Knight. That's why I put it there. But again, even if you are running Demo Knight, you just better hope that your Wi-Fi likes you today. The Killing Gloves of Boxing, they are terrible. Yeah, I didn't even think of the Soldier thing. Yeah. So, the reason I put the Killing Gloves of Boxing down here is because I know it's broken, because if you land a melee kill on somebody as a heavy and switch to your primary, you have 5 seconds of crits, so it's like a baby crits Krieg. Again, if you are that close to somebody as a heavy, unless they run up to you and they're trying to melee you, you have no reason to have your melee out. And once again, you are better off shredding them with your minigun than whipping out your boxing gloves. That's that. Kritzkrieg. You're going to hate me for this. Kritzkrieg fucking sucks. Kritzkrieg is terrible. Outside of Man vs. Machine, it is horrendous. Actually, you know what? I'll take that back. I'm going to bump it up one. It's good if you can land it on a good soldier who knows what they're doing, or a pyro, or a demo man, a heavy, whatever. But other than that, the fact that it provides no other benefits other than full crits for, 8 seconds? That sounds really good on paper, but the execution was horrible. At least the quick fix is good, because it's like a baby Ubercharge. Like, it's a baby stock. Aren't all miniguns balanced by opportunity cost? Kind of. Obviously, things like the Vaccinator just weren't taken into account with that, because the Vaccinator is just not balanced, regardless of how you put it. Vaccinator is terrible. It's way too overpowered, but I'm not taking that into account. I'm putting it in dog shit tier, just as of right now. Okay, yes, you can have, you know, if you're fast enough, 3 resistances: fire, explosions, and bullets. That's why it's annoying, and it's horrible to fight against. From a battlefield standpoint, apologies, it's really good. Playing wise, the thing with most weapons in TF2 is they follow this premises: fun to use, fucking suck to fight against. And that's honestly how I've kind of based a lot of these weapons. For example, the kunai and dead ringer. They're great to use, fucking suck to fight against. But another reason they're in neutral tier is because they're good against bad lobbies. They fucking suck against good lobbies. Kunai, for example, right? If you're a spy in a lobby that doesn't know how to spy check, they don't know, you know, anything about spy really, it's really good. I mean, yeah, I watched the whole John Teo video on that. I did too. And I have the same viewpoint as he does with that. Again, I'm a pyro main. I'm trying to be as fair to spy as I possibly can. I'm trying to be as fair as I can to spy, even though I despise spies. No offense to you if you're a spy main, but holy shit. Oh, considering the fact you're a dragon, I'm assuming you're a pyro main like I am, but I'm not gonna die on that hill. Just an assumption. Kukri, can't say anything. L'étranger, or you know what, I was gonna call it the stranger. I can't speak French. I'm actually a demo knight main. I can respect that. The stranger, bad. It's a bad weapon. It sucks. Okay, longer cloak duration. That's good, but 90% of spies don't need the longer cloak duration unless you're running the year. Correct me if I'm wrong with this, it has a lower damage, it has a damage penalty as well, I'm pretty sure. I did try spy one point, but it didn't really vibe with me. I just realized I want to run up and melee a demo knight as it was. Yeah, spy sucks. I'm sorry. He's overpowered with, you know, the whole flanking thing, the backstabs, but other than that, he's the worst class in the game. Liberty Launcher. I'm gonna put it in neutral, because, okay, yes, damage penalty. That sucks. But you get 1 extra rocket, and you have faster projectile speed. The projectile speed is in between stock and the direct shit. So it's in between, and it messes with pyros a lot. Speaking from experience. But it's good, but it's also bad. But it's not situational. Unlike the lock and load. Again, like I've said for a couple weapons, pre-Jungle Inferno, it was goated. It was amazing. Post-Jungle Inferno, as most weapons, suck. But I'm going to put it in neutral because it is still kind of good. If you so much as look at a kunai spy before they get a kill, they just die. Yeah. That's actually the most accurate I've ever seen someone put the kunai as. Loose cannon. Oh my fucking god, I hate this weapon so much. Look, I'm doing my best to be unbiased with this tier list, but I fucking hate the loose cannon. What's the worst jungle nerf in your opinion? Look, I haven't played before Jungle Inferno, as I only got my PC roughly a year ago, 2 years ago. But from what I've heard, I think the worst Jungle Inferno nerf would probably be either the Year, the Ambassador. I didn't really play TF2 before Jungle Inferno either, as most people didn't. I would say, look, again, as a power main, I have to give Spy some sympathy. I would say the two worst nerfs would be the Your Eternal Reward and the Ambassador, and the kunai. Pre-Jungle Inferno kunai, I think, was really good. Post, sucks. Because I don't know if you know how the pre-kunai worked. It was, you got your target's health, but not their full health, right? So the way I see it, at least, correct me if I'm wrong, was if you were, for example, at like 30 HP, right? And you catch a heavy who's at like 12 health, and you kill him with the kunai backstabbed, you then have 42 health. I think that's a good trade-off. Instead of getting all 300 hit points, you get 12. You get like a 12 bonus, right? I think that was good. Again, I never played with that. I don't know. The way it seemed good. But again, back with this. Loose cannon. I fucking hate it. A double donk is the worst mechanic in the game. It is horrible. But I have to be unbiased, and it's good. The fuse timer is good. Again, double donking, really good. But it's also just kind of clunky, in my opinion. Mad Milk, again, what's to say about the Mad Milk? It's instant healing for Scout and any of your teammates. I put it up here with all of the banners as well, especially with the conch, because if you think about it, the Conjurer is just Soldier's version of Mad Milk. That's how it is. And Mad Milk is just, oh my god, it is so overpowered. And the What completely butched it, and I hate him for that. I don't play Scout. He's my least played class. But goddamn, Valve did my boy dirty like that. He got shafted so hard with Jungle Inferno as a whole. Man Melter, terrible. Visual bugs. Okay, excluding the visual bugs, Man Melter is kind of mid. Sure, you can extinguish your teammates for crits, but you only do like, you do 90 damage with a flare gun shot from the Man Melter when you could be doing 180 damage with the regular stock flare gun, or up to like 120 with the scorch shot. I don't know how much the detonator does. I don't use the detonator. I use scorch shit personally. But it's just not that good, honestly. And again, if you want to extinguish your teammates, use your stock flamethrower, unless you're using Flog. Man treads. They're okay. They're good for Trollter. Not much else. The Market Gardener. It's situational. Yes, you get to mini crit when you get to crit when rocket jumping. That's goated. I love it. But holy shit. Can you do the Neon Annihilator real quick? Oh my god. Neon Annihilator. First of all, why the fuck does this have the same attributes as the Homewrecker? Why can it remove sappers? Why? It's not even a reskin like the Maul is. It shouldn't have that ability. But the ability to crit players when they're wet is good, especially with the update that counted the gas passer as being wet. That's good. But here's the thing. You are in the New Mexico Badlands. Only like 7 maps have water. And even then, if a scout or sniper has Girardi, you have to rely on them to wet the enemy first for you to get use out of it. Pyro Shark is fun on 2 Fort and whatever map has water, but otherwise it's just kind of mid. I'm sorry, it sucks. It has its uses, unlike things here in dog shit tier. It has its uses, but it's not that good. But yeah. Oh no, I know it sucks. I just want to see your opinion on how it does. 100% agree. It also removes sappers in 2 hits, not 1. It should do that in the first place. That's the problem. Why can it do that? It shouldn't be able to. Same thing. I had the same rant with the Homewrecker. The Pyro should not be able to remove sappers faster than the Engineer. It's dumb. But anyways, continuing on. Natasha sucks. It is the anti-scout weapon, but a good scout knows to just strafe. It's not good. It's horrible. And then going on to the overdose. It's neutral. Like, okay, running faster with more Uber charge, that's good. But if you're at max Uber, why the fuck do you have... Okay, if you have max Uber, why do you have the overdose out? If everyone knows, pop it, don't drop it. If you have to pop your Uber to save yourself, good. That's amazing. But why? Just why? It's terrible. Sucky weapon. It's not even, it's situational, but it's not good enough to be in this tier. Pain Train. Dog. Horrible. It's terrible. Okay, yeah, you get to capture faster as Demoman and Soldier, but unless it's a control point, why are you capping to begin with? Soldiers and Demoman don't usually stay on payload cards, which is when they're mostly used. And then again, if you're on control points, more often than not, you're out fighting than capping. It's just bad. Panic Attack is good. Faster switcher speed, more bullet spread. I think it has more ammo and reload speed. I could be wrong with that one. But overall, it's just a direct upgrade from stock. And the fact that it's multi-class as well is also just good. However, this is controversial, and I do not care. Persian Persuader is an S tier sword. I use it all the time. I love the Persian Persuader. What is Panic Attack available on? Okay, I think it's available on Soldier, Engineer, I want to say Heavy, and Pyro. I could be wrong on Heavy, but it's definitely available for Engineer, Soldier, and Pyro. Heavy has his own version with the Family Business, which is terrible, but again, it's still pretty good. I think the Panic Attack is available on all classes that the Reserve Shooter is also available on, which is Soldier and Pyro. I think Engineer, but either way, it's still a good shotgun. Oh my god, okay. But yeah, like I was saying, Persian Persuader, good sword. Mine's festivized, it looks nice. The fact that you get to refill your charge meter with ammo crates is really good. It is strong. And it's just fun to use as well. Flog, oh my god, okay. I'm stuck between either excellent. You know what? No, I'm sorry. Flog, top of excellent. That's not because I'm a pyro main and I'm glazing it. Look, free crits for doing your job is too goddamn good. Now, I'm gonna take a second and rebalance this, in my opinion. I know I said I would do it at the end, but I just have to do it right now because otherwise I'm not gonna get my mind off of it. Hear me out. I mean, it's the same reason Diamondback is busted. Exactly. You get rewarded for doing your job. Here's my fix for the Flog. It requires, what, 500 damage for the oomph meter? Raise that to 700. Or 1,000, if you will. You cannot be uber charged while you have your oomph meter active. Instead of doing full crits, you deal mini crits with half of the afterburn duration and half of the damage. And if you don't have your oomph meter filled, you have the Man Melter's ability. It's not Air Blast, but you get to extinguish your teammates for a crit. However, like crits work now, it's a single crit flame. It's not a second of a crit like how Heavy has it. It's a single crit flame particle. I think that's fair. It's not crits, it's mini crits, which deal, what, 2.5 times the amount of damage? Which, that's still busted, but it's half of the afterburn duration. I think that's fair. What's your opinion on it? I'm going to admit I kind of agree with that balancing idea. That's good. Every person who tries to rebalance the Flog makes it stupidly overpowered. Or stupidly underpowered. Just make oomph a bit harder to get. I mean, I agree with that, but then again, disable the fact that you can be ubered and switch out crits for mini crits. That's all you have to do to make it good. Because then it's not gonna be, you know, the busted weapon it is. I mean, yeah, having those extra balancing things work too. Okay. Stock pistol, can't do it. Thompson, dog shit. Remove it from the game. It's not good. Reduce cloak on hit, reduce uber charge on hit. Terrible. Engineer should not have it in the first place. I mean, mini crits is very much a viable nerf. I don't know how it look how it works with Demo Knight. Yeah, that's good. Like the charge and charge, for example. Or not charge and charge, the Tide Turner. I love it. Full control. I use Demo Knight a lot. But yeah, it's just, it's alright, take your time, you're good. But that's just, yeah, that's my opinion on it. Engineers should not have the ability to completely snuff out an entire class. Shut the fuck up, Siri. Jesus Christ. I'm turning you off as soon as I can. Okay, Power Jack. Power Jack, situational, good. It's fire. Faster speed with Pyro, along with the fact that you have a damage vulnerability. Again, if you're running Pyro, you're not having your melee out in the middle of a fight. So it's good. It's situational. But it's still good. Quick fix. I'm going to say quick fix. Neutral. The Uber with it is really good. Quick fix as a whole is good. But it's not good enough to be in the next tier but it's also not bad enough to be in the sucks tier. It's mid. Quickie Bomb Launcher. Terrible. Nothing else to say about it. Razorback, same with Danger Shield. Putting in the same spot, they suck. You should not, as a sniper, be able to snuff out an entire class. You just should not be able to. It's a horrible idea, and whoever made that at Valve needs to be fired, if they weren't already. Okay. Sorry, I have pizza here with me as well, so just one sec. Okay. Red Tape Recorder, terrible. Nothing to say about it. It's bad. Rescue Ranger. It's neutral. Right? Being able to save your buildings from afar, good idea. Being able to heal them from afar is good. Damage penalty's mid. It's a projectile that can be reflected, so it's okay. Again, neutral. Not good, not bad. Reserve Shooter, horrible. Not horrible, but it's bad. Because if you have an enemy that's in the air already, you're better off damaging them with your stock or with your primary / secondary that isn't the reserve shooter. Unless you're playing like combo pyro, or sorry, unless you're playing soldier with like Liberty Launcher, right? In that case, it's goated. But I don't know, man. It's not that good. Bison, you got shafted really hard. I'm so sorry. Again, like I said, I'm gonna rebalance this one real quick. Revert it back to pre-Jungle Inferno. Rocket Jumper, dog shit. Again, battlefield standpoint, no damage. It only serves to help learn rocket jumping unless you're playing Trollger, which usually isn't viable for a regular game. Sandman, you also got shafted really hard, but you're still somewhat viable. Sucks. And it keeps zooming out because there's so many weapons. Okay. Sandwich. Excellent. There's nothing wrong with it, no downsides. 300 health for the heavy, and it's a medium health kit for anyone else that you throw it to. That's goated. Scorch Shot. I'm sorry, Scorch Shot is just good. Mini crits instead of full crits, but the flare can bounce and it completely stuffs enemies in their tracks. I personally, I don't agree with that one of just stopping someone's movements. I would remove that, but that's still pretty goddamn good. Stock Zapper, can't do it. Scotsman Skull Cutter. It's neutral. Like I said, not good, not bad. It's good for the damage, sucks with the movement penalty. If you're using something like the Tide Turner, I can see it still being good, and the booties, right? But that slowness speed, the slowness is what does it. And the fact that it crits a lot is also ridiculous. But the biggest thing that puts it in neutral and not situational is the movement speed. Unless you trimp, but not many people know how to do that properly, and not all maps have good enough geometry for trimping. Scottish Resistance. It's situational, but it's good. I hate it in MVM, but otherwise it's good. Being able to lay multiple traps and detonate individual stickies is goated. I love that. That is a good feature. It's amazing for trapping, like, let's say, for example, you're not an aggressive demo knight, or not demo knight, demo man, and you're playing, like, Badwater, right? You trap one corner here, one corner there. Okay, welcome back, Tsuki. And then they, you know, pop up, boom, detonate here, respawn, so on and so forth. It's just an overall good / mid weapon. Again, not good enough to be up here, not bad enough to be in neutral. Shaw and Shaw. It sucks. Okay, lowered. It's the sniper's version of the equalizer, but worse. Yes, higher damage, lower your health. Lower damage, the higher your health. Again, you are playing sniper. You are a long-range class. You do not have a reason to be face-to-face with someone unless they're flanking you. Which even then, if you allowed someone to flank you, you deserve to get killed. Which is one reason why both the Darwin's Danger Shield and the Razorback are in F tier. Horrible weapons. You should not have the option to snuff out an entire class because you suck as a sniper. Sharpened Volcano Fragment. I fucking love this weapon. The design of it is amazing. It is one of the cleanest looking weapons in the entire game. But it fucking sucks. It sucks too because, like I said, it is such a cool weapon. The fact that a car battery attached to an axle ranks higher up, or not even that, the fact that a garden rake ranks higher up in this game than a literal piece of a volcano makes me mad. Good weapon. Shit weapon. Love the design of it. Short Circuit, L. Fucking worst weapon in the game. Remove that shit. Remove it. I would say Short Circuit is worse than Gas Passer. Flat out. Especially if you're playing fucking Dust Bowl. Oh my god. It's horrible. I hate Short Circuit. If you fucking use it, please, for the love of God, uninstall TF2. Please. Short Stop. Sucks. Mid-scout weapon. The shove has no use other than it's funny. Can't rank these. Soda Popper. It's okay. It's not terrible. It's pretty good. The hype is pretty good with it. It's mid. It's okay. Solemn Vow. Terrible. Being a medic, being able to see your enemy's health does nothing because the spy can do the same thing. Again, Solemn Vow relies on communication. Most people don't do that. Southern Hospitality. Sucks. Good for spy checking. Why the fuck do you have a fire vulnerability with it? Why? Literally why? You have no reason for that. Splendid Screen. Also kind of sucks. Actually, no. I'm going to put the Splendid Screen off in neutral. Better turning, but not good, obviously. Spicicle. Sucks. You lose the knife if you get lit on fire, but you have fire and afterburn immunity for 10-15 seconds. That's good, but I mean, don't get me wrong. Yes, it punishes you for being a bad spy, but at the same time, it punishes you for being a good spy because of the ice statues. It's funny, but it sucks. Interestingly, I still like to use the Tide Turner on full demo night. I know I'm sacrificing crit kills, but I value the recharge. I fuck with that because I'm the same way. My loadout is the I think it's the Booties, Persian Persuader, Tide Turner. Extra health is good, mobility is good, but you're sacrificing crits, which I'm perfectly okay with. But I tend to forget that sometimes, and I charge into a heavy thinking I'm going to get a crit, and it's a mini crit, and I fucking die. But it's funny, so it's fine. Okay, Sticky Jumper. Same thing with the Rocket Jumper. It serves to teach how to blast jump. Battlefield-wise, serves no use. I personally use the Katana mainly for the sustainability, TBH, I don't die as much. That's fair, I can respect that. Sun on a Stick requires you to have a Pyro on the team, which usually is the case, but otherwise, it sucks. Sydney Sleeper. Being able to Girardi enemies from a distance and recharge your Jarate a little bit faster, it's okay. Mid-weapon. Can't deal crit headshots, though. That sucks. I could try the Reverse Wader at some point, though. Maybe it would be quite nice, because sometimes you're just out in the open without a charge. Yes, and like I said earlier when I ranked it, there's ammo packs everywhere on every map. So you're not gonna be without a charge most of the time. Unless you're playing like medieval mode. But you're playing Demo Knight on medieval mode. What are you doing? Okay. Thermal Thruster. It's okay, but it low-key sucks. Good for mobility, but why? Actually, no. It's good for mobility, but at the same time, Pyro has the fucking power jack. This is just a waste of a slot. And sure, you can get the funny fart taunt kill, but it's the longest taunt kill in the game, and it's so easily noticeable. Third degree. Neutral. If you can get up and close personal, if you can flank a medic who's attached to somebody and you nail a crit, oh my god. Same thing as what Zesty said. It's good. It's good because it's funny. It's bad because it's funny. But it's a direct upgrade from stock. So I don't know why you wouldn't use it if you have it over stock and nothing else. Tide Turner, S tier. Full mobility at exchange for crits. Who doesn't want full maneuverability when you're using this? Now, granted, you could switch this out for the Splendid Screen / Charge and Targe with the booties. But that's just 2 slots wasted in my opinion. Moving on. Tomislav. Good. Silent Rev. Tighter bullet spread. I like it. I use it sometimes. But it's pretty good. I mean, it's not overpowered, but it doesn't suck. Oh my god. Fucking Caber. L. It could be better if they reverted the change pre-Jungle Inferno. But otherwise, it's just bad. Bad weapon. Vaccinator. I hate to put it up here, but I have to put it in S tier. Top of S tier. It's above Vlog. I hate to do it. I fucking hate the Vaccinator. But it's really fucking good, and I really hate it. So it's up here, but when I rebalance it, it's going to be down here. Vitasaw. Sucks. The fact that you get to keep a percentage of your Uber is just the pussy move. Take it on the chin, die as a medic, restart with your Uber. Don't be a bitch. Warrior Spirit. Terrible. Damage vulnerability. Why would you ever do that to yourself? Wrangler. It's good. It's situational, but it's good. Being able to give your sentry more health is stupidly overpowered at the cost of repair speed. Or not repair speed, repair health. But I'll give the benefit of the doubt, it's busted on NVM. Rap Assassin. Sucks. Yay, long distance bleed, but guess what? You have the cleaver for that. Enhanced flavor, it's funny, but serves no use. Stock wrench, whatever. You're good. The fact that you have silent kills and you instantly disguise can be really, really good. But the only reason it's not in S tier is because of the Jungle Inferno nerf that now requires a full cloak meter to disguise if you're outside of spawn. Machina. Really good. Machina is really good. If I'm not maining stock sniper rifle, it's the Machina. Body damage plus 20%, good. Sure, you can't fire without aiming, but that's not a big deal. Widowmaker, if used properly, can be really good, but most of the time it's situational. Bizarre Bargain. its fucking peak. The fact that you get to have up to a split second charge time, if not up to a second, that's really good. But it requires you to be a good sniper, which many people aren't. Winger. Also, I apologize, I'm kind of flying through this, because I would like to get to the rebalancing. Maybe. I've already been streaming for an hour and 30 minutes, so depending on my schedule today, what I might do is I might rank the weapons today, chat with you guys for a bit, end the stream, and then tomorrow come back and rebalance. I think that would be good. But anyways, Winger. I think it gives you better jumping mobility. I'm not sure what the Winger does entirely. I know it's something to do with the jumping. So I'm going to put it with the atomizer. Where is the atomizer? Actually, hold on. One sec. I'm not putting it with the no, I'll put it with the atomizer, because I'm pretty sure it's a part of the same set, but it's also really good. Okay. Flare gun. Situational, good. Crits burning players, requires you to aim. It requires you to have skill as pyro. That's good. The big kill, it's a reskin. I'm just going to consider it as stock as well. Not going to think. Iron Bomber. Neutral. Not good, not bad. It's just a worse stock, in my opinion. But again, I'm being unbiased. So, there's that. Force of Nature. Top of standard, or top of good. The knockback is good, damage is good. 2 shots though is kind of mid. But the fact that you can quick fire to them and deal insane amounts of damage, especially with a Fan of War equipped, oh my god. You can like 2-tap a heavy. Cleaver. It's the Cleaver. Bleed damage from afar is good. Why is the Flog here twice? What the okay, well, you know what? I think it's a mishap, but I'm gonna get yelled at if I don't put it there, so Flog is in here twice for some reason. Okay. On to stock weapons. The Quackenbert is just a reskin of stock and Viswatch, so it's neutral. Bottom of neutral, stock watch, bottom of neutral. Stock bat, terrible. Bonesaw, terrible. Bottle, terrible. Fire axe, terrible. Fists, I'm gonna put in sucks, but it's okay. Stock flamethrower, absolutely goated. Stock knife, goated. Kukri, sucks. Stock pistol, it's always good. Always good. Stock revolver, always good. Sapper, it's the sapper. Stock shovel, shit. SMG for sniper, sucks. Stock sniper rifle, good. Syringe gun, horrible. Wrench, neutral. Not good, not bad. Again, stock knife is on here twice. Why? Big kill. It's just stock revolver. Same with the capper. Stock gun. Minigun, I'm going to admit, sucks. The bullet spread on it is just too bad. Pipe launcher, good. Stock weapon. Stock shotgun, can't go wrong with it. Stock minigun, the Uber is fucking good. Original, it's the rocket launcher. Stock rocket launcher, S tier. The original, shit. The only difference that the original gives you is the fact that you fire it from the center of your screen to honor Quake. Other than that, it's completely stupid. It is dumb. It is so stupid. I hate it. Especially considering the fact that it's just... the fact that a strange original goes for like a couple $1,000 fucking dollars. Shit. Some people swear the original helps them with rocket jumping. I don't know, I don't play Soldier. I play Soldier a lot. I've used the original. It fucking sucks. Okay, the only benefit I can see you having with it is cheeking corners. But you're playing soldier, why are you doing that? Scattergun, can't go wrong with it, it's good. Fight me. Fucking fight me. Stock, sticky bomb launcher. Dog shit, especially with fucking sticky spammers. And you know what? In spite of it, quickie bomb launcher also goes down here. The worst thing in TF2 is fucking sticky spamming. It's like that for TF2, same for Team Fortress VR. Zuki, do you know about TFVR? If not, I will tell you about it because everyone deserves to know about this. Okay, you don't know about it. Let me tell you one of the greatest things humanity has ever created. TF2. There is a game on the Meta Store, Oculus, whatever, called Contractors. It ends with a $S. It has built-in mod support from mod.io, and there's a mod on there called Team Fortress 2 VR. There's a Discord server with it. I'm in it. They are doing, it's a small dev team trying to do a 1-to-1 replica of TF2 in VR. They have 8 classes. They're missing Spy, but they're actively working on him. They have rocket jumping. They have Uber. They just reworked the Uber system. It's really good. Scout's in there. He just got the Soda Popper and Force of Nature, the Cleaver. Engineer just got the Southern Hospitality. Sniper got the Travelman's Shiv, which I'm just now realizing is not on the list, but it would be ranked as dog shit anyways. It's really good. If you have a Quest 2, Quest 3S, Quest 3, even a Quest 1, Rift, whatever, if you have VR and a spare $20 USD, I don't know the price in other countries, go buy Contractors. Go download TF2 VR, join the Discord. It is some of the most fun you can have in VR. Especially once they release Spy. It is going to be so fucking goated once they drop him. But yeah, this is the list. This is the list. Fight me if you disagree. Wait, the jumper weapons aren't on the list either? Oh, no, they are. They are. I have rocket jumper here, sticky jumper here. I know it's hard to see because the weapons are so small, but that's just because I have to zoom out, otherwise you can't see the whole list. But yeah, there's like 2 or 3 weapons missing, but they probably would have been ranked down here anyways. Because I know one weapon missing is the Tribalman's Shiv. What else is missing? I think it's just the Shiv that's missing. I don't know if it's anything else. Because we have some reskins as well, but those are whatever. Vax, Flog, Ubersaw, Atomizer, Winger, Babyface. I have a hair in my mouth. Battalions, Black Box, Conch, Buff, Crossbow, Diamondback, Whip, Machina, Titaner, Scorch Shot, Sandwich, Persian, Mad Milk, Gunboats. I'm curious how you'd rebalance the red tape recorder. I wouldn't. Okay, well, okay, actually, hold on. Okay, because it still does have a niche. I mean, if you're using the red tape recorder, you're more so playing to be a nuisance rather than to be an actual spy, right? The red tape recorder sucks, period. It's horrendous. If I was to rebalance the red tape, I would probably have it deal 25% damage, but it saps twice as fast. Or 3 times as fast. Just because it would be more so of God, I don't even know how. Fuck, I don't even know how I would rebalance the red tape. It's just that bad. Because I don't even know why Valve added it. It's terrible. Spy would have been better off with just the sapper. The red tape is terrible. It is the worst weapon in the game, which is bold, because things like the fucking short circuit and gas passer exist. I think it's mainly a counter for the other team stacking NG, but who does that? Yeah, unless you're playing Dust Bowl, red tape has no use. But even then, if you're playing Dust Bowl, sapper just works. I don't know, the red tape has no use. So, if I was to rebalance it, I wouldn't. I would remove it. I would remove the red tape. Or, if not removing it, I would just turn it into a reskin for the sapper. That's what I would do. I would just turn it into a reskin. It's bad. You can't save the red tape. It's horrendous. You would be better off drilling out your eardrums with a fucking power drill than trying to rebalance the red tape. That's just how it is. Fuck, dude. It's... You can't do it good enough. So it's basically just a fundamentally... So basically it's just fundamentally broken. Yes. It's a broken piece of shit that would serve better as a reskin rather than an alternative. I mean, look at the apps app. The, oh god, what's his name? From Half-Life. Not GLaDOS. Oh my god, what's his name? Wheatley. The apps app is just a Wheatley sapper. That's better than the red tape, even though it's just a reskin of the sapper. Just turn it into a reskin. Don't have it be a separate weapon. Red tape would low-key work pretty nice as a reskin. It would. I love the design of the red tape. The red tape's design is good. But holy shit did they fuck it up with how it works. Same with the Bison. The Bison. I love the... What is it? Gorbort? Is that the series? The Dr. Gorbort weapons? I love how they look. I hate how they work. Especially like the Pomson. The Pomson looks good. The Calmangler looks good. But they fucking suck. Except for the third degree. Third degree is good. Because it's just a direct upgrade from stock. You have no reason to not run the third degree if you have no other option than stock. I guess the Capper too, but the Capper is just a reskin of the stock pistol. So... I feel like the short circuit is also kind of something you'd only pick if you want to be a nuisance. Absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. That's exactly what it is. If you pick the short circuit as an engineer, you are actively telling the server, hey, I'm an asshole. I hate playing against people who can counter me, so I'm gonna counter you instead, even though that shouldn't be fucking possible. The fact that Engineer gets to counter his two of his 3 counters with 1 equipped is dumb. Same thing with Sniper. Automatically equipping either the Darwin's Danger Shield or the Razorback just immediately says, hey, I suck as a sniper, so because of that, you have to suffer. Now granted, Spy has a gun. You can just shoot the sniper. What the fuck is Pyro gonna do? If you melee the sniper, there's a chance he can turn around and crit you. Or quickscope you. So either way, if a sniper picks the Darwin's Danger Shield as a backpack, and you're a Pyro, you're pretty much not winning that encounter. Unless you get lucky and you crit him. But holy shit. It's so stupid. It should never... The backpacks should not be a thing, unless it's the cozy camper. But the cozy camper is also just dumb. Oh my god, I have so many opinions on so many weapons in this game that it makes me mad to think about. Another weapon that's like that too is the fucking... Oh my god, what? There's so many weapons that just call you out to be an asshole. Vaccinator. Vaccinator. That is another weapon you pick to be a nuisance. What other weapons basically invalidate in whole classes? Vaccinator. 100% the fucking Vaccinator. Here's the thing. Okay, I'm gonna rework the Vax. I know I said I would keep this for another stream, video, whatever. I'm also recording for YouTube. Go subscribe. Vaccinator. I personally, I don't remember if it was the What or another YouTuber who reworked the Vaccinator like this, but I like what they did with it. Instead of having a 75% vulnerability when you pop your Uber, it gives you 1 second of a stock Uber. Just enough to either tank a Crockett, tank a Sticky Trap, tank a Backstab if your medic is aware. I like that change. And then give you permanent overheal, but, you know, overheal that doesn't degrade, but once it's gone, you have to go back to your medic to get it back. I like that. But, in turn, I would also nerf the overheal, so you don't have a permanent 450 health heavy. It's instead like a 400 health heavy, right? I like that change. I would do that to the Vaccinator, because that just seems so much better to me. Instead of invalidating 3 out of the 4 damage types, you get a split second of, oh my god, I just survived that. You know what I mean? I think that's good. Another thing like that too is the Brass Beast. I love it because it promotes a defensive heavy. Okay, this is gonna be controversial, and I don't know if you're gonna agree with me on this, but I think that heavy as a whole should not get benefits from the payload cart. He should not get buffs from it. He should not get the ammo and health, or if he does, it should be nerfed for heavy. Just like how in MVM, heavy's damage is nerfed against tanks up to 75%, do that with payload carts. There's nothing more annoying in this game. Hell, I'm gonna admit, there's nothing more annoying. This is more annoying than tryhard spies, soldiers, snipers, taunters, spawn campers, whatever. Heavies that do nothing but stick on the fucking cart. It is so annoying, and they're so hard to kill. Unless you're like a sniper or a spy, but any other class just has such a hard time killing a heavy who is glued to the cart. Because they don't run out of ammo, so they don't need to run off to go get an ammo pack, and they just have... They're always healing. It's especially worse if they have a medic on them. I rant about this a lot in my streams, but oh my god, it makes me so mad. So mad when I see that shit. That honestly, when I see that happening, I just leave. I just leave the match, because that's not fun to fight against. I would rather deal with a spawn camper than us heavy who's sticking to the payload cart. Which, yeah, don't get me wrong, that's kind of his job. Does the payload cart give ammo? I don't know if it does. It does. The payload cart gives ammo and health. It's a moving dispenser. As far as I know, it gives the same health and ammo as a level 3 dispenser. I think. Or level 1, I'm not sure. But it's just annoying. Because, let's say for example, you're running Pyro, okay? Let's say I'm running Pyro. Okay, I got Flog on, flog scorch shot. Worst combo in the game. I use that sometimes. Hate me all you want. Okay. I shoot a couple times onto the payload cart. 4 or 5 people on it. Boom, I have my oomph meter. Okay. I flog cancel on top of a heavy. I melt the entire team. But then I die to the heavy because he was on cart. He didn't run out of ammo, and he sure as hell had plenty of health. Does that sound fair to you? Spoiler alert, it's not fair. And you can call it a skill issue all you want, but it's just fucking annoying to see that. What's worse too, imagine this situation. Okay, you get off after a long day of work, long day of school, whatever, and you decide to hop into a match. Right, you get into a match at DF2, payload cart, or payload race, whatever. First thing you see, 3 or 4 fucking heavies glued to one payload cart. What the fuck? That is just not fair. And the thing is with that, they can do that and get the same benefits as if they were hurtled around a dispenser. 4 heavies on one cart running Brass Beast. That is just unfucking killable. And now you can say, oh, but deal with it with a crit sticky trap, or a couple Crockets, a Kritzkrieg, whatever, an Uber charge. You gotta realize that would work, but that requires team coordination, which just does not exist in TF2. Now, yeah, you can try to run Spy, but the second you get one of the heavies, the other 3 are going to snap around and delete you, even if you're running the Ur. Unless they're complete noobs at the game and they don't know, that Spy exists, you're just gonna get mowed down. That gave me an idea. Do tell. What if Spy could stop the dispenser portion of the cart? That would be fucking overpowered as hell. I love that. That's a good idea, but that would come with so many problems as well. Because how would you remove that? Yeah, you could have an engineer do that, right? But the engineer isn't going to be pushing the cart. And having an engineer on the cart defeats the whole purpose of engineer, which is locking down a spot, and nobody plays engineer on attack. Because he's weak without his sentry nest. Yeah, the trick is probably with removing it. Although, I guess what you could do is have, like, it could be less powerful on the cart and destroy after a while. Yeah, I was gonna say that. I was gonna say you could have it do, like, it could remove itself after like 5 seconds. It would, but enough to stop stacking heavy on it. But I feel like that just also wouldn't work because somebody would find a loophole with that, right? Because another thing too, a pyro. You could have a pyro standing on top cart, 4 heavies around it, right? Then if the pyro gets sniped, all the heavies have to do is look in the general direction of the sniper. I'll run Tomislav. Sniper can't do shit. Pyro, all he has to do is spin around the cart with his flamethrower going. I don't know, I feel like the payload cart shouldn't give ammo or health in general. Or if it does, do it like a level 1 dispenser. Because I think it's like a level 2 or 3 that it does. And that's overpowered, which, here's the problem. That rarely happens in TF2, but it happens a lot in TFVR. I don't know if you heard me talking about it, because I think you left as I was talking about it, but that's a common occurrence, is heavy stacking on carts in TFVR. And it sucks. And their excuse for it is just good. I mean, I heard you talking about Team Fortress VR. So yeah, the premises of it is it's a 1-to-1 scale game. What makes it so much more busted in the VR version? What makes it so much more busted is just everything, right? The biggest thing, really, hitboxes. Don't get me wrong. Within TF2, you're playing a 2D game. You're playing a 3D game on a 2D screen, right? Within VR, everything is 3D, so depth perception is at play, right? And the difference of it is that, unfortunately, I hate that this is a feature, you can one-hand weapons. So you can one-hand snipers, flamethrowers, shotguns, miniguns. And there's been bugs everywhere. And something I've noticed, too, is that a lot of heavies will one-hand the brass beast while on cart and have, like, their melee or shotgun in the other hand to pick off stragglers while they're using their minigun in their main hand, or whatever. And what makes it more busted is the fact that all they have to do is stand on top of the cart. That's all you have to do, and you're pretty much invincible. And 90% of the time, considering the fact that... Wait, you can hold 2 weapons at once? Yes, you can, but the devs, they know about this, and they've actually implemented a system where if you dual wield your weapons, you have more recoil and you move at 50% speed. So it stops you. It doesn't stop you from doing it, but it punishes you for doing it. So something that people will do, I'm guilty of this, is if I'm running sniper, I will have my sniper rifle in my hand, I'm scoped in, I'm ready to fire, and I have my Girardi in the other. If I hear someone behind me, I'll throw it down and just whip out my melee. They just did an update now to where you can't instantly whip out your melee and kill someone. You have to wait the full time it would take in regular TF2 to whip out the weapon to then deal damage. I'm rambling on, this probably doesn't make sense. It's more so of a, you would have to experience it to understand it type thing. Wait, doesn't scoping not block your whole vision in VR? It does. That's an issue with it, is when you're scoped in with sniper, you see through one eye as you would as if you were like actually scoping. So you only see through the scope, everything else around you is black. Which does suck, but I understand it. And I understand why they have it like that. But it is pretty good though. It sounds terrible, but it's actually pretty good. It's a good system. Cold coffee. Anyhow, I got a dip. That's fine. I was thinking of actually ending the stream here anyways, because I'm done with the ranking. I will rebalance these weapons next stream, so tomorrow. If you're available tomorrow to stream in, I would greatly appreciate that, but if not, hope you have a good night, good day, whatever time it is for you. I thank you for watching. Might not be here tomorrow. Completely okay. That's totally fine. I appreciate that you were here watching me, considering that you're the only one that's been watching me this whole time. So, I thank you for coming. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah, hope you have a good day, good night, good afternoon, and hopefully I will see you again in another stream. Thank you for watching.